What is the value of a Nigerian life? A few weeks ago, this culture custodian article asked this question, and sadly, we're here today again asking the exact same thing. On the night of June 13th into the early hours of the 14th, gunmen invaded Yelwata, a town in Benue State, and reports say over 200 people were killed. This isn't an isolated case. Just a few weeks earlier, on May 27th, another deadly attack happened that claimed at least 42 lives. In fact, these kinds of attacks have become heartbreakingly common, especially across the North Central. Nigeria's middle belt, comprising Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, and Plateau State, in addition to the Federal Capital Territory, has long been sensitive, both politically and culturally. Long-standing tensions, land disputes, and government neglect have made insecurity worse over the years, and the pattern of violence has affected much of the North Central zone. Entire communities have been displaced. Farmers cannot safely go to their lands, people cannot eat, and the cycle continues. At what point does all of this become too much? When does it stop being just another tragic headline and start being treated as the national emergency that it is? Here's what has happened so far. Protesters came out in Benue to demand an end to the killings, and instead of being heard, they were reportedly met with armored vehicles, helicopters, and tear gas. Two aides to the principal assistant to the Benue State governor were suspended for joining the protests. According to the PSA, their participation was seen as going against the government. The governor of Benue State says the federal government is supporting efforts to fight back. But what does that actually look like on the ground? Right now, not much seems different. And from the president, a public statement came out hours after Pope Leo XIV had already prayed for the victims. He called the attack inhumane and anti-progress and said security agencies have been directed to act. But without real change, those words feel hollow, just like many statements that have come before them. With every new attack and little to no visible response, it's getting harder and harder for Nigerians to stay hopeful. We shouldn't be getting used to this. Nigerian lives should matter, whether in cities or in rural communities. They should mean something. This cycle of violence, silence, and blame shifting has to end. People are dying, communities are being wiped out, and it is not enough to just condemn it. We need action.